So with this one, what we're going to first do is focus on getting the leading 1 in each of the rows, and then getting the zeros above and below that leading 1. So if you start in row 1, you'll see that you have the leading 1, but you need that row 2 to become a 0. So to get that, you're going to take row 2, and because you just have 1 and 1 here, you're going to subtract from row 1, the row that you're currently working with. So row 2 is going to be 1, 1, 0, 20. And then row 1 will be -1, 0, -1, -50. And then essentially you're adding those two together. So this gives you 0, 1, -1, and -30. And this is your new row 2. You'll notice that in row 3 you do have the 0, so everything is good with that. So the only change you had to make in terms of column 1 was with row 2. So your current matrix will look like 1, 0, 1, 15. And then the new row 2, 0, 1, -1, -30. And then row 3 was good, so 0, 1, 1, -90. Okay, so we have column 1 completed. Now we go to column 2. Column 2 has the leading 1, but it needs to have a 0 in column 2, row 3. So to get that 0, we're going to take row 3, the row we want to change, and subtract that from row 2, the row we're currently working on. So our row 3 is 0, 1, 1, -90. And then row 2 is 0, -1, +1, because we're changing the signs, +30. Okay, and then once we change those signs, it's really going to be an addition problem. So 0, 0, 2, -60. And this is our new row 3. Okay, so we'll put this together again. This is our current matrix, and we have 1, 0, 1, 50. 0, 1, -1, -30, and then the new row 3, 0, 0, 2, -60. Now that completes for us row 2, because we have our leading 1 and our 0 above and below it. Now we go to row 3. Now for row 3, we start off and we see we do not have a leading 1 here. So we're going to have to take row 3 and divide it by 2 to get that leading 1. So we'll have 0, 0, 2, -60, and divide each of those terms by 2 to get the leading 1. So we'll have 0, 0, 1, -30. And this is now our new row 3. All right, so we have our current matrix, and we'll just add in to that row 3. So it'll be 1, 0, 1, 50, 0, 1, -1, -30. And then new row 3, 0, 0, 1, -30. All right, so that takes care of the leading 1 in row 3, but now we need to get a 0 in row 2. So we'll take row 2, and to get that 0, really we can just add it to row 3. So our row 2 is 0, 1, -1, -30. And we'll be adding that to row 3, 0, 0, 1, -30. Okay, so that gives us 0, 1, 0, -60, and this is our new row 2. Okay, so our matrix will now look like 1, 0, 1, 50, new row 2, 0, 1, 0, -60, and then the row 3 that we had, 0, 0, 1, -30. Okay, now again, remember we're focused on row 3. We're trying to get our leading 1, which we have, and then zeros above it. We have the 0 now in row 2, but we need another 0 in row 3, or in row 1. So we're going to start with row 1, and we're just going to subtract that from row 3 to get the 0. So you'll have row 1, 1, 0, 1, 50, and then subtract row 3, so -1, +30. That gives us 1, 0, 0, and then 80 as our new row 1. So we'll have 1, 0, 0, 80, 0, 1, 0, -60, 0, 0, 1, negative 30. Now, once you do that, this is our augmented matrix, and the whole reason why we care about this is because this now tells us that x is equal to 80, y is equal to negative 60, z is equal to negative 30. And you can write that as an ordered pair to show your answer, or you can write out x, y, and z.